we're going to be coming up with some creative, low competition and niche ideas. Some of these ideas are going to be trending, and some are just going to be more of like a consistent selling niches where there is a actual demand. And it's crazy to see, because if you don't understand research and understand the whole process, sometimes you find these hidden niches that you would never even thought about unless you did research. So for example, top research design vault, 240 plus niches. Now, I just updated this. So now I was doing research every month. Now it's weekly. So you get new ideas every week. And now the next thing on my list is to increase that. But obviously, I want to find low competition niches with a demand. And that is the goal. Now, it can be a struggle with certain evergreen niches. And I understand that. I've been doing this for a while, right? I've been doing this for about 8 years, print on demand. And when it comes to that, one of the things I like to find niches with the demand, I like to focus on like current events or special events happening. So for example, like Halloween's coming up. That's going to be a big one. What else is coming up? Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's all that stuff is coming up upon us for Q4. And that's some of the stuff that I'm going to be including pretty soon as far as research ideas for Halloween. So the next one I'm going to release is going to have some new Halloween ideas on there. And I think I'm going to wrap out probably about 50 to 100 different ideas for Halloween, but also keep the evergreen niches in there too as well. So I'm just trying to provide more value for you guys, and especially if you're getting niche ideas, keywords, and then these low competition niches for you. That's very, very important. This is going to help you make money, and that is the goal with this, is to help you understand how to do research. But not only that, is give you an idea of me personally, how I would do research, right? So this is an idea of the spreadsheet that you get every week with all the keywords, the niche, the number of competition, and the link for inspiration. And then these are my personal numbers all time with my Amazon Merch on Demand account. So you can kind of see, look at this right here for social proof. But the top research design vault, sign up for it. It's only $10 a month. So much value back there, so much different inspiration, different ideas. And that's the goal, to help you make more money with your print-on-demand business. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be doing Amazon Merch, you can be doing Redbubble, Etsy, Spreadshirt, TeePublic. It doesn't matter where you're selling t-shirts. This right here, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump 2024 sarcastic design. Gets cat ladies. So this is made for cat ladies that are going for Kamala Harris or just don't like Donald Trump. And I think this is one of the coolest designs I have personally seen so far, but very clever. So when you're thinking about this type of stuff, I want you to understand this is a perfect example of being unique and different from your competition. So a cat has Donald Trump's hair in its mouth, his or her mouth. It's funny. And I think it's really cool because it's actually putting out a statement just by a graphic, no text, no nothing, just a simple graphic. It's very in the clear where, you don't have to worry about the phrase, if the phrase is trademark or anything like that. It's very unique. It's really cool. And like I said, I think it's probably one of the best designs I've personally seen so far. And it's not crazy. It's not wow, this is a crazy design where there's so much detail. It's very simple, right? But it's funny. I think it's really cool. And you can see, obviously, the color schemes that they have going on right here. If we come down here, let's go down here. Let's check out the BSR. We can see that it's ranked 33K as of right now. It was uploaded last month on the 8th, 2024. I made a video about this. I'll put it up here. And it kind of gives you the breakdown of this actual t-shirt design and the idea behind it. And it started going viral and it went crazy. And this is just a perfect example of how to jump into a niche. There's a lot of competition in this niche, but at the same time is understanding what the audience wants and creating a really cool design for people that want to wear this actual design. And obviously they do, because the BSR is at 33K. It's crushing it. All right, so the next one is a coquette bow. This is a American football Thanksgiving. So football season is coming up, and this is just a simple bow design with American football theme, like a football. If you understand what American football looks like, it kind of has the stitching right there and the stripes right there. Simple, nothing too crazy with this. You can create this with AI, right? Something like this. If we come down, we can see sponsored products related to this. You can see there's a few different ones, right? This one is not too detailed. It's I feel like this one actually is pretty cool, But, who am I? Who am I to say that it's not? Because by looking at it, there's a demand. 52K BSR, and it was uploaded in July 2024. So about exactly 2 months ago, and it's cranking and making sales. And I think just in general, if we come over here, copy this, and let's go over here because I have a feeling, let's type in this shirt and be very general with the
coquette.
The coquette. We come over here, let's look over here, see what we can find. Because I see in the cut, there's another one right here, coquette, pink bows, different bows, right? Interesting. Bold. That's all right. Okay. Let's do that. Football. Boom. There it is right there. It pops up. The 212 result. But what I'm looking at is look at how they're doing this type of design. And see what we found right here? We found some good stuff right now. This is cool. This one's cool. 142. You can see what they did. So they did a rugby. So mixing in like different sports too can work really well. But this niche seems to be doing pretty dang good. And it seems like it's trending. There's some low BSRs here. 178. Look at this. 865, 204. And if you're unaware what a BSR is, it's a bestsellers rank. So the lower, the better. The more sales velocity. If we see something that's like 33K or 50K or 60K or 1,000, anything like that, that means it's making a lot of money. It's probably making above, 6 or 7, 8, 10, depending on the time of the year. It can be like 50 sales a day or 100 sales a day, right? It all depends. But this little bow, football and bow, the bow right there seems to be doing pretty dang good. So combining those two niches and creating something seems to be doing really well. Interesting. Football mom. And also to just double check and making sure that you guys double check for trademarks, copyrights, just to reassure you, just because we're going over certain things and certain ideas, it's your job too to double check to make sure that there's no infringement or no, we're not stealing from somebody. But that's the main goal. So that's what I always do research, and then obviously just double checking at the same time as you're doing the research and coming up with different ideas. But this seems to be a gold mine right now as far as the sales velocity, making sales like at 52K, 76K, 142. And these are the number one ranking ones right here that are just cranking and making sales. You say 200 sold in the past month, 50 sold in the past month, 50 sold in the past month. All right, so another idea too, voting prevents unwanted presidencies. Now, when it comes to anything election, I know that certain people's like, oh, can I create this design? Can I make this design? Or can I, am I allowed to create this design? And I always tell them, if you don't understand it and you don't feel comfortable doing it, do not do it, because rules apply to any design that you're creating. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be, if you're creating a design for Donald Trump, there's still rules that apply. If you're designing for Kamala Harris, there's still rules that apply. And especially if you're like trying to be a bully and make some mean type of design, certain platforms have certain rules and they don't want you creating those type of designs. So they might be getting taken down. So keep that in mind. And that I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying that just to help you understand like what you shouldn't be doing and what you can do. And that's why when we went over here and I showed you this one, I'm like, this is a little bit more easier to understand, easier to do, right? And it's like you're playing within the lines. So that's what I feel like. And I may be wrong, right? That's just my opinion over the years of doing research, right? I've been doing this since 2017 and understanding the concept. And I usually don't chase stuff like this because it's like after 2024, it's going to be done, right? So, but something like this is like more of like an evergreen, because this is more of a general niche about voting. It's not talking about any president or any person running for president. None of that. This is just, voting, the niche of voting. And that's it. So if you feel a little bit more comfortable, designing something just for the voting niche would be more ideal for you. So you can, maybe you feel more comfortable designing for it. But this one, for example, 58K BSR, and it's crushing. And you see that there's obviously different types of designs that are being created already over here. But so let's see. Come over here. We'll copy, and then come over here to Amazon. T-shirt, presidency shirt. And you're going to see that there's a result of 173 right here with this type of design. And then if we come over here and look at this, now it doesn't even have to be this type of design, right? It can be, and watch this, probably cranking and making a ton of sales, right? Yeah, it has some decent BSRs over here, which is really nice. So there's some really cool. So just like you can come over here, like get an idea, see what's selling, and maybe you can create something, you know, that can be similar to this niche. Now, we can see this, you know, there's obviously, you know, top, you know, some really good BSRs, but like voting prevents unwanted presidents. So, you know, if voting helps you keep the president or something like that, you got to ask ChatGPT, come up with some different ideas, but I'm just trying to freestyle right now, try to understand, like, what can you do here? What other things can you do here? So it's important that you understand that, like, if you don't want to create a similar design or something, like you want to come up with your own concept, it does take a little bit of brain power, and you can leverage like ChatGPT and ask it like what type of design that you can create as far as, you know, something that's similar to this. Voting prevents unwanted presidencies. I vote so I can have the correct president, something like that, right? But this is a niche example, just an example of what's selling right now. I did like a check right here. I can see unwanted is trademarked over here. If you come over here and go back, so as you can see, unwanted is trademarked. So if you see something like that and you don't feel comfortable doing that, because it's just a single word. Now, with single words, it can be a little bit tricky, but like unwanted, I want to say no, but it may get a rejection. Now, like certain things over here, yeah, that most likely you got to just be careful with this right here, because it may get a little check, a little to rejection on that. So you want to get very careful. But voting like this will be just the niche in general is a really good niche to actually create designs for right now. Now, come over here, same circus, different clown, like something like this. I would be very careful, because I feel like when you're creating something like this and you're messing with like a president's, like maybe a future president's face, or doing something mean like this, you can get this design like this taken down. So just understand it. Certain platforms have certain rules. This may apply to Amazon, or it may be different on Etsy, or it may apply to Redbubble. It may be different on Etsy. It may be different on Etsy. It may apply to Amazon.com. So every platform is different. You just have to understand what's right and what's wrong. And like, I'm pretty sure this design's cranky, making a lot of sales. 57K BSR right now, and it's uploaded about a week ago or so, August 26, 2024, and it's cranking. And you can't run ads to anything political. Amazon doesn't like that, so you have to make sure you understand what you are doing. All the research that I'm doing inside of this video, I'm using Merch Informer. This is the research tool that I use to find low competition niches. So let me go ahead and share with you how I'm using this. And my coupon code is going to be down below in the description. I get a little affiliate kickback from that. And there is a free trial. So test it out for a few days. If you don't like it, cancel before it charges you. Product research. Come over here to Merch Hunter. Let me show you how you can make money with this tool and find low competition niches. So you can filter a lot of stuff out right here. We can exclude brands, which is really cool. So I'm going to hit that, exclude that, come down right here, leave that. And then with the number of reviews, I'll keep it like 10 or so. And then I'll hit search. And me hitting search is going to basically go on to Amazon.com and do some scraping over there for us to find some new t-shirt designs. Now, with certain things, obviously, you still have to make sure that you're checking for your trademarks and your copyrights. You want to make sure that you're not infringing on another brand. That's one important thing. Now, if we come down here, look at this right here. I'm voting for the convicted felon. That's a real popular one right now. If you're unaware of that, I've made some content on that too, going over that niche. Juneteenth is a real popular one right now. Let's go down right here. Let's say, for example, look at this right here. I went over this one too. I found this one. Let's go ahead and click on this listing. It's 4th of July, and then we have fighter jets. But they're on the back of the fighter jets, it's basically showing the American flag, which is a really, really cool design. Now let's come over here to all-time sales. Let's check this out. It's made its first sale in 2023, right? But look at this. There's a big demand for this right now, and it's cranking. It seems like it cranks throughout the whole year and makes a lot of sales. So this is one way that I look to see what people are buying. And now what else can you create that's related to this right here? But this is crazy because this is an evergreen niche, right? Obviously, they're targeting 4th of July, but this is an evergreen niche that's going to sell all year long. By looking at the BSR chart, we're seeing that right there, right? Now let's keep going down, and there's a ton of stuff down here that you probably not even heard, like you never even thought about, right? Gone a little bit more Merry 4th of Happy, you know the thing. Now let's click on something like this. Now Joe Biden funny design. If we come down, we're looking at this. Look at the all-time sales. So it's made its first sale in 2023, but look at right now, it's cranking and making a lot of sales right now. Now, the main goal behind this is just to see like what's the demand? What are people buying right now? What can I do? What can I create? You know, and then get an idea from that. As I'm looking at all this stuff, there's so many different niches that you can go after in here. I'm just showing you one way that you can use this tool. Here's another fighter jet design, which is pretty cool, right? They kind of turn it the opposite way. And you can just come down here and just never run out of ideas. Just here for the wieners, right? 4th of July design. Look at that. Let's see. Click on this. Oh, it looks good on an all-white t-shirt, which is nice. But let's look at the all-time sales. It's made its first sale in April 2024, but like this is a newer design that's making sales. Something like this, like when I see something like this, people are obviously buying this type of design right now. It's a good idea to figure out something that you're of your own and make something like this. So that's how I leverage Merch Informer to help me come up with awesome new ideas. And there's a whole suite back here. You can even create your own design back here. And there's a ton that can be done with this tool. Really awesome tool. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you get any value out of it. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment down below. And if you want more low competition niches like this, watch this video right here next. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.